What's up, everybody? Well, I got another FIREBAT mini PC gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're going to try this Sword Art Online Alicization of Lycoris. Probably butchering that again. No idea how the hell to pronounce it. I should have probably just watched the review video first and see how a bunch of other people pronounced it. But what's the fun in that? So, it did not run the greatest on the Ally, and it probably would have run even worse on the Steam Deck had I got it to the same area. So, I don't know what to expect out of this guy. This guy usually falls in between the two. So, hopefully it'll still stay playable, but I guess there's only one way to really find out. Let's go hop into the game, and hopefully OBS will let me actually get gameplay. Sometimes it cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. It's a mixed bag. So, all I can do is hope and stay positive and hope it works. So, let's stop blabbing. Let's get to gaming. Alright, let's see how this thing handles 1080p. Probably not well. The Ally X did not do so hot, and this thing is a little weaker than that. So, we'll have to wait and see. But now we got to the bottom, so no more waiting. Let's go do it to the seeing part. Here we are in the game. And yeah, definitely not great frame times, and the FPS is definitely not what I would consider playable. But some people might still consider this playable, so I'm gonna get like a regular amount of time. I mean, unless it crashes on me or something. It looks like we're basically out of VRAM. I think that's the main problem. We're already hitting 4, and it's only supposed to be able to take 4. I told it to be 8 in the damn BIOS. So I don't know what in Windows or the Radeon settings or whatever is preventing it from using its full potential of 8, but it's annoying. Because if we could use more than that, I feel like it'd be fine. I mean, VRAM-wise, I think we still probably wouldn't be good frame rate-wise, but I'd have to wait and see if I can ever figure that out. I'm hoping somebody will be like, oh yeah, this shit happened to me, and this is how I fixed it. Because I already did all the stuff that I can think of. I got different SSD that doesn't overheat, RAM that doesn't overheat. It doesn't get any faster, obviously, it's just more. So I figured that would give me a little more than the stock. The stock was only giving me 2, and 2 gigs of VRAM is way too fucking limiting. You can't even barely play any games at 720p, unless it's like 8-bit or really fucking old games. So I'm wondering if I just as a joke went and got 64 gigs of RAM, I wonder if then it would let me get 8. That would be nuts and completely outrageous for such a cheap system to get that much RAM, but maybe that's the trick. And hell, if that's how it's going to be, even though I only use a thing for, like, uploading YouTube videos and stuff, it almost makes me want to just make my own little mini computer. It'd probably be obviously way more than 300 and 400 bucks, but I know I could make pretty damn powerful system. But even if I was going to do that, it would be silly to make a system right now. There's new Intel CPUs still coming out. The 9000 series AMDs didn't really do all that hot, but for a little mini PC or something, if I want to make one, I could get like a 9700X and just leave it at the stock profile, and it'd probably stay pretty chilly. But that thing's so much more expensive than a 7700X. I just don't think that's worth it. I think I could get like the album for like almost $100 cheaper. Just go with last year's model, you know? Maybe lose out on 5-6 FPS in games. Whoop-de-doo. But I know there's new GPUs coming out pretty soon. And about the best thing I can think of to get, even though I don't really want to get it, is a 4070 Super. I don't think you're going to fit much bigger in a small little mini case. But maybe I could find something where I could fit something like a 4080 Super or something in there. I already got enough 4090, so that would be boring if I just got another 4090 PC. Kind of want to make kind of a more mid-range PC anyway. Hey, enough talking about that shit though. I think it's about time for us to move on to a little camera recorded gameplay now. Well, 1080p was completely unplayable once we got to town, and pretty much before too, in my opinion, but extra unplayable once we got to town. So let's go see how 900p fares. I still don't think it can do 30 everywhere, but I can't remember when I test like 3, 4, 5 systems, so let's go hop into the game. Alright, here we go. Outside of town, much more playable FPS. At least in the low 30s. Anything 30 plus is playable. But if I recall, once we get into town, it's like, nope, big middle finger. Now, I don't know how often you stay in the town in this game, but I don't know, once that stuff starts dropping under 30, that's where I start going, okay, no, this is not for me. Now, sometimes this system, when you put it on 720p, also just like lags and stutters like crazy. And I don't understand what its problem is. It's probably FreeSync. And again, I forgot to shut it off. I really need to just go back in there when I'm done recording these and shut it off, but as usual, I'll probably forget to do that too. One of these days, I'll remember to turn that off and see if that's what's causing it. But at least 900p doesn't do that. But again, I think we're just out of VRAM, and that's why we're getting the weird frame times. But to be honest, I couldn't really feel them. Maybe FreeSync was doing its magic there, but sure shit didn't once we got to 720p. Because you would not think frame times like this would be smooth. I mean, obviously 37 FPS is not that smooth. 60 plus is smooth, and 60 is even getting a little slow for, you know, higher end PCs. Most of them want like 100 plus, even at 4K. Me, I'm happy with 80 to 100 at 4K in single player games, where it's just mostly about graphics. But that's just me, and I'm not everybody. Alright, we're almost into town here. I'm curious what the frames are going to do there, because I cannot remember what the hell they do. Alright, we can finally move again. Let's go to the town. Oh yeah, that's right. I hit the thing where it just kind of skips a bunch of stuff, so that'll actually help us out. Otherwise, we would have to sit there and have a big, long conversation. Alright, see, it dropped down to 29 already. Not the end of the world, obviously, but I think it drops even further. So I want to hop back into town, kind of like how it was on the Ally X. I think that's literally right behind me. Okay, yeah, down to 25, 24. Not exactly playable anymore. I thought it did that. And it definitely was stuttering and laggy now. No doubt about it. No way FreeSync was saving that. I don't even think it works at this low of an FPS. Anyway, let's go hop into the next one. Here is going to be 720p. And I just basically turned everything off besides that anime downsampling. And who knows, maybe that's what was causing all this, you know, low FPS. I just don't know what it did, so I left it alone. Alright, here we are in game. At least it's at 60 FPS for a smidgen. But doesn't stay there for long, as you can see. It was like, what, a millisecond? And as soon as we started moving, it dropped under. But hey, at least this is way more playable now. Now what sucks is, on my end, this looks absolutely stuttery and unplayable. But as I always say, I think it's because of my FreeSync on my stupid cheap-ass TV. Well, when I bought it, it was like a mid-range TV, but at this point in its life, it's more like a low-end TV. I think it's got like some VA panel, 60 hertz, 4K. It's got FreeSync. It's got like HDR, but it's not real HDR. It's like HDR 600, so I don't even turn it on because it just makes everything look like garbage. But yeah, this is your best bet for the best FPS on a system like this, especially if you're only limited to 4 gigs of RAM. But I think most people know that when they have a system like this, they're not expecting to play at 1080p high or 900p medium usually in most games, but I just like testing it because, like I said, my version of playable is not the same as everybody else's, so some people might have been just fine with the 1080p settings earlier. Not me, but maybe other people. That's why I figure, why not at least do it? Alright, let's go head towards town again. Now, it's not like on the Ally X, I forgot I clicked the wrong thing, so it kind of helped out in a way, but because otherwise we would have gotten into a big cutscene and I would have had to just like pause the video, which wouldn't have been the end of the world, and I could have just like skipped through all of it real quick. And then been, you know, running through the village like normal. But instead, I have to, like, turn around from where we're sitting right here and backtrack a little bit. Oh, there's some interesting frame times. You cannot say this game does not tell you how to play either. Once I actually play, I'll pay attention. I'm just skipping past everything to not bore you guys even more than you probably already are. But these videos aren't meant to be insanely entertaining. They're just meant to be like, hey, does this game run? How does it run? That's pretty much that. I just add my little commentary in here and there just to spice things up a little bit. And I don't even know if people like that anymore. Maybe more people would rather I just not say anything. I should do like a poll or something sometime just to see. But before I did stuff, people liked hearing me talk, so. Anyway, let's go move on to a little camera record gameplay now. Alright, well, here we are in town. And getting a little camera recorded gameplay, and it actually seems to be staying above 30 FPS in most spots here. I don't think I ever saw it actually drop below. In the alley I got down to 31, but this thing seems to be doing a slightly better job. So I don't know why I hated this game, but this one seems to be beating it other than this weird nonsense that's going on. But I think this is honestly just my TV being garbage. But it might not be. Maybe this would happen to everybody, but I don't want to sit there and say, oh, this is definitely how it's going to be, because in the recordings it doesn't seem to do it. So, I don't know. And as you can see, it doesn't do it all the time either. That's the messed up part. It like picks and chooses. Maybe it's running out of VRAM again or something, but it should still have like 200 megabytes. Because it says the limit's now 4. Should be 8, but hey. Oh, I was just following that guy. I thought that's where we're supposed to go. Ha! Nope, there it is.
Kirito! Yuki-san!
Well, you can't say the game doesn't tell you what to do. But we're just going to try to figure it out ourselves. I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of, whatchamacallit, reading a bunch of stuff. Is it not dead? Okay, I was going to say, it sure looks dead, but maybe it's going to get back up.
Kirito! お疲れ。あ、一つ聞いてもいいか。なんだい？新生術には人を生き返る村の人たちは知らないだろうけど、ゴーイの新生術には天命そのものを増やすものもあるってアリスが言ってた。天命を増やす？例えば人の天命は赤ん坊から子供、大人へと育つに従ってどんどん増えて、だいたい25歳くらいで最大になる。その後はゆっくり減っていって70か80でなくなるんだ。この年齢ごとの最大値を増やす方法が存在することが今日でも、その実は氷協会の偉いシス。まあどっちにしろ一度ステイシアの身元に召されたら今ここで俺が死んでも教会やどこかで復活することはないと考えて良さそうだ。死ねばおそらく現実世界で目覚めるだろう。そうなるとやはり王都に向かい世界を管理する氷協会の本部で偉い司祭と話してみるしかない。遊女、この村には竜骨の斧よりも強い斧はないのか？斧はないけど剣ならあるよ。ほら朝に人気の話をしたろ。ああ、そうだった。今度こそ見せてくれないか？それじゃあ剣を取ってくるから先に。王都にたどり着くには
有志の協力が必要不可欠だ。それにはこの巨大な木を切り倒さなくてはならない。有志を彼の一生をかけても終わらない天職から解放するために。おい、大丈夫か？
大丈夫じゃないかも。これとてつもなく重いんだ。さあ見てくれキリト。青バラの剣だ。
この剣は何なの？
ルーリットの村に住む人ならみんなが知っている、ベルクーリ
Interesting
の
sword.
白い竜っていう冒険譚があるんだ。ベルクーリは300年前にこの土地に村を開いた初代の入植者でさ。彼の冒険譚の中にこの青バラの剣が出てくるんだ。
友情はこの剣をどこで手に入れたんだ
6年前にアリスと果ての山脈に行ったって話をしただろ。その時に洞窟で竜の骨とこの剣を見つけたんだ。
どら、いや、竜は死んでいたんだな。
骨には刀傷がついていたよ。
竜を殺した奴がいるってのか。一体誰が？
わからないけど、その人は少なくとも剣には興味がなかったみたいだ。
それで友情は放置されていたこれをここまで運んできたんだ。
一昨年の夏から安息日ごとに少しずつね。
Yeah, that does look heavy.
なんとかな。とてつもなく重いけど、それ以上に綺麗な剣だな。
普通の鋼じゃないよね。銀でもないし、竜の骨とも違う。
Alright though, I think that's probably good enough for camera recorded gameplay. Why don't we go wrapping this video on up? Well, alright guys, that's our wrap for Sword Art on this little mini PC. Now, it did not really seem to like 1080p, and even 900p was dropping under 30 in some spots. But at least at 720p, besides my TV doing that weird goofy stuttering nonsense, it seemed to be pretty good frame rate wise. It actually did better than the Ally. I don't know what the Ally's problem was with this game, but hey, not everything is gonna run the games good. And I'm willing to bet if we got into town with the Steam Deck, it probably would have dropped under 30 too. Not sure though. But that's why I always say that, you know, just because what I'm getting here is getting good FPS, could be like 10 minutes down the road, and now all of a sudden, you get unplayable FPS. So these are just kind of a rough idea. Is it even possible to play or not? And this game is borderline. Like if you play at 720p and you don't have my TV with its garbage FreeSync that I really need to remember to just turn off, but by the time I get done turning off the camera, shutting off the lights and everything, I always forget. Maybe as soon as I hit the thing and in this video, I should just go shut it off and see if that makes a difference. But in any case, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.